Hello friends, in today's video I'm just gonna be showing you how I use my commonplace notebooks. I did a video not too long ago where I talked about all of the things that you would need to know about a commonplace notebook if you were interested in starting one this year. It was sort of like my little pocket guide to starting a commonplace notebook or notebooks in my case. And I figured I would do a follow-up to that video actually showing you how I fill in my commonplace notebooks in a given week, just to show you the realities of what it's like to use a commonplace notebook, what are some practical and useful moments that call for your commonplace notebooks, to hopefully make it a little bit more accessible, easy, and also encouraging for you to use your commonplace notebooks. I think for me, honestly, when I want to start a brand new journal with like a particular theme, it can be kind of intimidating for me to actually get started, because with journals, I don't know what it is, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and if I don't start it correctly or if I don't go about it perfectly from page one, I just get paralyzed and I don't want to start it at all, which makes no sense and defeats the purpose of keeping a journal or notebook. But if you're anything like me, then you know what I'm talking about, and sometimes you just need the little extra bit of encouragement to just start, even if it isn't perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. So to start this video, if you did not see, I wanted to take you through my commonplace notebooks. They are in here. This is my Paper Republic journal, and it has more than just commonplace notebooks in here. It's kind of chunky. This is the chunkiest I've seen it ever since I've purchased it a couple of years ago. But what I have in here is my bullet journal and a sketchbook as well. But my commonplace notebooks are all the way in the back. And I use 3 notebooks for my commonplace notebook kind of hub. The reason for that is because I was looking for pocket-sized notebooks to fit in my Paper Republic journal, and the best ones that could fit were these field notes ones. And the field notes notebooks are very thin. I'll just show you how thin. So I just knew that all of the things that I wanted to use my commonplace notebooks for were not going to fit in just one of them. So I split it up into 3 different field notes notebooks, and each notebook has its own category. So the first category, this one, is hobby notes. So this is essentially any kind of notes, observations, research that has anything to do with my hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies, so I anticipate myself using this quite a bit. For example, like crochet patterns or garden observations once I start gardening. My second commonplace notebook is research. So research on just about any topic, a topic of interest, a very niche topic, whatever it may be. I tend to fall down rabbit holes of very random topics. I think the very first thing that's in here is all about digital cameras, because I just thrifted a digital camera. So yeah, things like that, just research, general information, things that I learn and pick up about a particular topic is going to be in here. And then my last commonplace notebook, this one is exploration lists. So basically a list of any kind. It can be a TBR list, it can be a list of poetry recommendations, it can be a list of truly anything. I think the very first thing that I put in here is a list of ideas that I was kind of brainstorming for my 2026 slow morning routine. So yeah, those are my 3 commonplace notebooks. That is my setup for this year. Throughout this video, I will take you through the moments where I pick up my commonplace notebooks and fill them in with various things. So I hope you enjoy this video. As part of my daily slow morning routine, I have been going into this book. This is The Daily Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It is essentially a daily book. It's a book of prompts for every single day, and I like to think of it as an extension of The Artist's Way, which, if you did not know, I did The Artist's Way last year, and it completely changed my life for the better. So when I saw that this book was available, I used a holiday gift card to get it. And like I said, it has daily prompts every single day. It has like a little bit of an overview, a topic that it goes through. It has an inspirational quote. It has affirmations. It's just really, really perfect and ideal for my slow morning routine. So that's why it's part of my slow morning routine. And then it always has a writing prompt, a daily writing prompt. So because it's sort of like a daily thing, it feels like a list to me. And so I have been putting my answers to these daily writing prompts in my exploration list commonplace notebook. I do feel like this could have also been done in its own dedicated book, but I feel like it does still fit in the exploration lists area, and so I have just been filling it out in there. A daily example where I go into my commonplace notebooks every single day and I do something.
But you have no idea how to use it, but that's why I'm here. The first thing you're gonna do is save this video because you're gonna need to come back to it. With patience, you're gonna get through it. Before you even try to pull your first shot of espresso, you are going to change your internal burr setting. This metal piece will lift up and you can twist it and remove it. Internal burr to a 2 or a 3, put her back together, and now we're gonna start pulling our first shot of espresso. Getting enough espresso or you're getting too much espresso.
As you may have heard from the TikTok video that I was watching, I'm trying to improve the way that I pull espresso shots at home using my Breville Barista Express. I've had this machine for like 5 years now, but I'm now quickly realizing that I haven't been using it to its full potential, even though I used to be a barista, I used to know all of these things, but there's like specific things about this machine in particular that I just wasn't paying attention to. So I made notes of like particular things that I need to go in and check with my espresso machine so that I can make really good espressos at home, because I've been buying a lot of coffee outside and I want to be able to make coffee at home that's just as good, if not better, than what I get outside. And also, if you didn't see which notebook that I put that information in, it is my research commonplace notebook. Hello again, friends. I know it's the dead of winter, but I figured it would be the right time to start planning and brainstorming for my gardening season. So, gardening season, I guess technically doesn't start until early spring, but that's kind of right around the corner. So, I figured that I would use my commonplace notebook to kind of flesh out all of the different seasons in the gardening season and list out all of the things and practices that I need to do to ensure that I have a successful gardening season. So, obviously, right now I am looking into the winter season, and that's truly just preparation. That's just getting things set up so that once it is time for early spring to start my seeds, I will be ready to go and I'm not kind of playing catch up. I feel like I'm constantly playing catch up when it comes to my garden. So, I actually have this book, and I have so many gardening books actually, but I really like this one because it's a good kind of, I don't know, a beginner's guide. It's really accessible. It's really easy and digestible to read, but it's the Vegetable Gardening Book, a complete guide to growing an edible organic garden from seed to harvest, which, if you did not know, when I am gardening, I exclusively garden like edible things. I don't do flowers or anything like that. I typically just do produce. So this is perfect for me, and I have been learning quite a bit here in a way that doesn't kind of overwhelm me. So thank goodness for that. I took some notes as to what I need to do this winter, And if you did not see which commonplace notebook I used in here, it was the one that is hobby notes, because gardening is a hobby of mine, and so I just put those notes in there. This angle is so random, but I'm just sitting on my couch and I have you propped up on one of our cat beds. But anyway, I am going to end the video off here. Hopefully that gave you a good realistic view into how I use my commonplace notebooks and the 3 different categories of notebooks that I have. Obviously, I'm not using these every single day. I'm using them more so on a case-by-case basis, with the exception of my lists, my exploration list notebook, because I have been using that every day with the Daily Artist's Way writing prompts. But you can see that there are some that I use that are very low maintenance and on a daily basis. Other things are on a case-by-case basis. Other moments I'm using it for a long period of time when I'm truly studying something lengthy, or for other periods of time where I just want to jot down a bit of information that I gathered, say from a TikTok video, and I don't want to forget it or rely on TikTok and saved videos for that bit of information. If you have any questions about the commonplace notebooks and how I do it, or if you just need help getting started, I do have a Substack piece and I will link that down in the description box. I am more than happy to answer any additional questions you may have in the comment section, so feel free to leave them down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you in the next video.